Now it's working? Okay. So my name is Ulrike Willutzki. I work at Witten University in Germany. David Orlinsky already talked about the purpose of the study and our interest in psychotherapist training and trainee development over time. And I will tell you a bit about the organizational things that we have devised in order to make this a successful enterprise for all of us. So we thought that we should have parallel forms in various countries. So we choose to make this an online study. And all these online forms are hosted at Witten University, and we take care of the data collection. So you really have to, the main thing you have to do is to be interested in the study and to involve trainees to take part. So what happens? Well, once you're interested, you write to us and we send you the forms so that you get a concrete idea of what we are asking for. Then you come back to us and say, well, I want to take part. And you, as the training director or some person knowing the training quite well, you give us information about the setup of the training with the training program description form, which is also online, yeah? Where we ask about how many people are working in the training center, how many supervisors do you have, how many trainees do you select per year, on what basis do you select them, etc. And when you've done that, you go to a local ethics committee, and with all the material that we gave to you, you apply for their consent. We can also support you in that respect, as we have many positive ethical votes now from all over the world. And once you have the approval by your ethics committee, you go to your trainees and you invite them to take part in the study. When you, we also have some material. You can get a presentation to inform them about the study. You can also get a leaflet that you can contribute to the trainees so they know more about it. Okay, and then they consent to take part. When they consent to take part, you just send us the email addresses of those trainees, and we send them invitation to the online instruments. What kind of instruments do we have for the trainees? The first one is the training basic information form. That is a questionnaire about the person of the trainee before entering the training. Age, family situation, economic situation, prior training, education, attitude towards the training, etc. And once the trainee has completed this questionnaire and begins with his or her work with particular clients, we send him or her the second questionnaire, which is the trainee current practice report. In this trainee current practice report, the trainee tells us about his or her experiences with the training, with training elements, what kind of patients he or she works with, what experiences they make, what they regard as their limitations or their strengths in the work, etc. at the beginning of their training. And after 6 months, we come back with this form to them and ask them, so how is it now? How did you develop? Have your strengths, your limitations changed over time? And so we ask trainees 3 times at the beginning of the training, first, then 6 months and 6 months thereafter, about what is going on concerning the training and concerning their work with patients. And they may take part in the study for further assessments, but our experience is that particularly in this first year, there's so much going on and in development and really developing the first steps of an identity as a psychotherapist, that is very important. if people want, they can also take part in additional sub-studies. For example, choose a client that they work with and describe over time what they experience in the work with this client or patient. And if they consent, they can also say, well, it would be good if my supervisor could also give his or her perspective on the work that I have with this client. Yeah, so and all these data, they go into the into the online questionnaires. The training centers, once we have collected 10 plus answers from trainees from this training center, can get back the data in order to have a look at what elements are particularly helpful, which are not so helpful in what we do. And these are anonymized, so it can't be traced back to the trainee. That's the project. In some places, even our trainees allow us to connect their data about their personal development to their work and also the evaluation of their therapies by their clients, so that we can really make connections between competence evaluation of the trainee and outcomes, and how that translates into outcomes, which is really a very important thing in order to develop or to improve training in the long run, but also a tricky one, and also certainly you won't get easy answers.